Hello there, how you all doing? I'm back after a long absence with another video breaking down a try. Now I have made some videos since my debut vids back in August, but they were on tries from the Rugby World Cup 2019, and World Rugby, for some annoying reason, have decided to block any footage from their World Cup instantly as it's been released. As such, I've picked myself up, dusted off the cobwebs, and I've decided to make videos on some tries throughout history, starting with this beauty.
22 to the roar of the crowd. Weepu backpedaling a little, then feeds it, and here's Dagg dummying. Israel Dagg pops it up. Try. Extraordinary by Israel Dagg.
Before we jump into it, just a quick thank you to all the comments I've had to motivate me to not be a lazy bastard and to get back to making these videos. This try came in the 2011 Rugby World Cup semi-final between New Zealand and Australia. If we quickly watched a build-up play to this try, New Zealand just send big men forwards, either pick and goes or carries from a pop ball from Periwepu, who by the way is my favourite scrum half of all time. Now this is such a messy passage of play. The Wallabies create terrible platform for New Zealand to play in by slowing the breakdown and deliberately walking slowly back onside to prevent clean passing from Periwepu. Despite all this, every time the All Blacks carry, they make metres. A lot more than you would expect looking at this disruptive defence the Wallabies are employing. Australia are just simply missing a load of first up tackles or letting New Zealand carry the ball over the game line. When a player is in a team that are missing easy tackles from forwards, it puts a little bit of doubt in their mind. You stop 100% trusting the man next to you to make his tackle. This leads to hesitation, and as we'll see later, this is possibly the reason for Israel Dagg's initial line break. This barrage of pick and goes from New Zealand suck the Wallaby defence in. They tighten up and all start looking at the breakdown rather than scanning the field. Scanning the field is important so that you see the whole game. This reminds me of a passage in Dr. Dave Allred's book, The Pressure Principle. Dave Allred is one of the top sports psychologists in the world and a personal hero of mine. Whilst he was part of the coaching staff of England's World Cup winning squad in 2003, he remarks how he implemented a speech technique to remind the England players to scan the field when in defence. Most rugby teams have some sort of chant while waiting for the ball to come out of the ruck. A common one is ready, ready, up, to inform all the team when they can advance in defence and remain onside. But the England team in 2003 was told to say crossbar, touchline, crossbar. This instantly reminded them to look at the opposition posts, then to the sideline, then back to the posts. This little, seemingly insignificant trick meant that the players moved their heads and scanned the field so that they had a good understanding of the whole attacking line in order to register space on the field. Here, Australia get sucked in and leave massive holes in their defence. Remember earlier when I said that missed tackles on a team lead to players distrusting their teammates to make the tackle? We'll have a look at this frame. Rocky Elsom, the Wallaby flanker, is tight to the breakdown, along with the majority of the Australian team. At this instant, he should realise that the New Zealand fly half is covered here by his tight inside man, so he should spread to relieve the pressure for his teammates outside. He should move across and move his teammates out. But he doesn't. I think this is purely to do with him distrusting his inside man to make the tackle. He doesn't want to shift across only for the fly half to break inside him. So Elsom waits for Cruden to pass fully before moving across to the next man. While this is occurring, Dagg has run an interesting little attacking line. Instead of running straight, which is used to fix the defender in front of you, Dagg has run a diagonal line away from the bulk of the Wallaby defence. This means that Elsom, upon realising that he needs to commit to covering Israel Dagg, has a lot more ground to cover in order to get him. As soon as Cruden makes the pass, Elsom sprints across to meet Dagg, but it's too late. If we pause it here, we can see a truly confusing scene. Dagg has the ball and has carried it to the line. Elsom is desperately trying to cover across to get to Dagg, while these two men are standing in no man's land. What is Anthony Fainga'a doing here? He's not covering Dagg because he just lets Dagg through, and he's not covering Corey Jane because the winger has him covered. The outside centre and the winger have just not communicated. Clearly, Fainga'a thinks that Dagg is being covered by Elsom covering across. So he should be covering Corey Jane and telling the winger to push out and cover Ma'a Nonu, who by the way is by himself with 15 metres to work with on the wing. Now you might reply by saying, even if the wing is covering Ma'a Nonu, Dagg will have still broken through and the try will still have been scored. Yes, Dagg would break through, but the reason for this play becoming a try rather than just a line break and a 5 metre Wallaby line out is because Ma'a Nonu is so isolated on the wing. If we keep an eye on Dagg's head as he's tackled, he doesn't look to see if Nonu is there until after he's started the offload. Dagg trusts that he can fling the ball back in play because he knows Ma'a Nonu is the only man in that area. Watch how flat-footed the outside centre and the wingers are when the line is broken, and see that they don't sprint back to thwart the offload until it's too late. Rewinding back to the line break, Elsom has just sprinted across, and in this split second he's decided to tackle high. But I think it's safe to say that if he had shot for Dagg's thighs and wrapped, Dagg would probably have not got through. Look how close they are together. Now imagine him in a lower tackle position. He completes that tackle for me. It's also funny to note that the handoff, which is initially attempted to push Elsom away, has the opposite effect. Because Elsom has more mass than Dagg, instead of Dagg pushing Elsom back towards the previous ruck, his handoff catapults Dagg towards the touchline. Either way, it still has the effect of distancing Dagg from Elsom and giving Israel Dagg a little boost for his troubles. Finally, we have this step and offload. As Quade Cooper covers across, he's careful not to rush in and expose himself to an easy step back inside. So Dagg tries an almost fake step, but plants his foot and accelerates to the outside. This distances his body from Cooper, meaning that Cooper has to fully extend to make the tackle. This means that Cooper doesn't have a complete wrap on Dagg, and the acceleration from Dagg means that his momentum throws Cooper around, weakening his grip. Cooper actually does well to get another bite at tackling Dagg. Once he's slipped the tackle from Dagg's waist, Cooper's arms open, and he instantly closes them again to wrap Dagg's ankles. It's this second bite that trips Dagg and causes him to fall. Dagg is hurtling towards the touchline, and he extends his arms so that he has the option to offload. If he had held the ball close to his chest, he wouldn't have been able to take advantage of the leverage to get the offload. As he trips, his body is used as a counterweight, so as he falls to the side, his arm moves in the opposite direction, creating the force required to offload the ball. The impressive part here is the core strength to keep his trailing leg off the ground. As far as I can see, he doesn't need to keep this leg off the floor to increase the chances of his offload, so he consciously keeps it off the ground purely to decrease the likelihood of him being in touch. That for me is the best part of this manoeuvre.
There, Rocky Elsom couldn't get him.
Oh, there was a foot in touch there.
He's in touch for sure.
There's no doubt at all. Can't dwell on it. There's no doubt at all. There's no doubt at all. There's no doubt at all. There's no doubt at all.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you've enjoyed the video, and let me know if there's some play you want me to cover in another video. See you later.